Good evening, gamers. My name is KarQ. We have the Wuyang edition for the Mythbusters series, which is always well loved by the community here. Before we begin, I actually want to ask you guys to leave some more Wuyang myths in the comments that I forgot to test or didn't get around to. And also leave perk myths, because Season 18 brought a lot of new perks in the game, and I forgot to pose the question in like the patch note video, so I didn't actually get a short list or a consolidated list of perk myths that people were curious about. So leave those in there, and let's get started. Genji deflecting an empowered orb allows him to control the tracking. So Wuyang's aiming mechanic has been unique to the game of Overwatch, but when Genji deflects it, it does not look like he gets any control of it. It just fires the water orb back in a straight line and where he's looking, so no. Sending a water orb through amplification matrix sideways can boost it through each pass through. Obviously, the amp matrix doubles the damage of any projectiles that pass through it, so what if we curve the orb left and right through it 2 times? We tried our best, but unfortunately it looks like everything only gets amplified 1 time, so no, this myth is busted. Genji deflecting one of the 3 orbs from Falling Rain perk will actually convert all 3 orbs for him. So at first glance at testing, it looked like when you deflected any of the triple orbs, it turned it back into a single projectile and did the full 120 damage. But if you take it to the extreme and go at max distance and let the triple orbs fan out a little bit further, it does look like you can deflect them 1 or 2 at a time individually. But realistically, this is such a rare occurrence, you're most likely going to end up deflecting all 3 because they don't actually spread out very far. And if you do, all 3 of them will try to combine together into what looks like a single orb projectile. Guardian Wave can be nullified by D.Va's defense matrix. Yeah, this one's a pretty straightforward myth. We're going to fire the Guardian Wave right at the D.Va with matrix up, and it does not look like it nullifies it at all. This myth is busted. Guardian Wave can be casted up steep slopes and objects. It looks like the wave works at about this height, and when we see the Rhine go up the stairs a little bit more, it no longer travels up past this point. But thanks to this advanced hero screen that's new with this season of Overwatch, you can actually debunk a lot of myths themselves by just looking. It says 1.8 meter max height of Guardian Wave, so if we do it right here, you can see it absolutely can travel uphill, up to this limit. Wuyang's Guardian Wave and Ana's Biotic Grenade can stack that amplified heal boost. Alright, let me break down this myth busting clip for you. So first we Guardian Wave our target here. We have Ana shoot and she heals 192.5 minus the initial 80 Guardian Wave, which means she heals 112.5 with a 50% healing boost thanks to the Guardian Wave itself. Now for the second clip, we have the Guardian Wave plus Ana's nade and see if we get even more than 112 healing. You can see that they healed to 155 after the Guardian Wave and the nade hit, and the Ana heal went up to 267. So if you do the math, it's 112 healing per shot from the Ana right there. Therefore, it doesn't matter if a teammate has the amplified healing effect from Ana, you still won't heal anymore with the Guardian Wave. It looks like it's a flat number. Wuyang's Guardian Wave healing can be amplified by Ana's Biotic Grenade. So here's our baseline control clip where we know the healing wave heals 80 HP. And if you take the Ebb Flow perk, it'll obviously heal 80 HP back. So now we have an Ana throwing an early nade here. You can see the amplified healing effect sitting on this Wuyang bot. And now we hit the Guardian Wave and look, it only heals 80 HP. And with Ebb and Flow, 80 HP back. So it looks like Guardian Wave is like a fixed 80 HP heal no matter what, which is really interesting. Guardian Wave healing gets reduced by the damage roll passive. So in the last myth, you saw how it's 80 healing no matter if it's from Ana amplifying it or not. So I was wondering if this 80 healing is like a flat number that just takes priority over everything else. So we tested it up against the DPS passive, and luckily it works as intended. It is reducing it by 30%, which is 56 healing instead of 80. A Guardian Wave with the Ebb and Flow perk blocked by an enemy barrier can rewind from the other side of said barrier. So it looks like when you hit the Guardian Wave on a barrier, it stops when it makes contact with the barrier and will come back from that point. But if they walk forward, they will be hit because the wave returns from the point that it made contact with the barrier. Damage boosting Wuyang will affect the amount of resource he gains back from Guardian Wave. So if you don't know, Guardian Wave restores 33% of your resource the moment you cast it, and when you're damage boosted here, you can see he still gains 33% back. No change here. Sombra's Hack or EMP can shut down Guardian Wave mid-cast. Mid-cast, absolutely, you see it stops right there, but once the wave is out, it'll still finish it on the way out and on the way back. This is a good myth to test because some abilities get completely disabled once they're hacked. Guardian Wave can be amplified by Baptiste's amplification matrix. So here's Bap's amp matrix coming out. We'll see if the wave changes on the healing portion. It looks like it's the same. Now let's do it on the damage portion. It is the same as well. It is not getting double damage. The numbers look a little funky because that's just the fall off damage past a certain distance. Rushing Torrent can clear some classic jump spots. Well, not so much a myth. I just want to show off some cool spots here. Yes, absolutely, because Rushing Torrent gives you very good jump height right now, so you can do some crazy movements here. The initial speed boost from Rushing Torrent will scale down from slowing effects. So if we take a look at what the Rushing Torrent speed is, you can see the acceleration jumps up to 25 meters per second and it starts scaling down 13, 12, 11, 10 meters per second as he continues to ride the waves. All right, now with the Mei slowing you down, the initial speed boost actually does bring you to 25 meters off the rip as well, but it slows down way harsher. So the initial max velocity or max speed you gain is the same, but it like spikes down immediately. Rushing Torrent can jump and clear a ground level minefield from Wrecking Ball. Here we have Ball laying out his mines, and for most of these tests, we were unable to get a clean jump over the mines as it just covers too much area. However, with a bit of RNG, there is a world where you can safely pass the mines by jumping in between the perfect set near the edges, but it likely won't happen that often. Being hacked by Sombra during Rushing Torrent cancels the ability. Just a simple test here to see if you can carry on with your momentum or speed, but it looks like as soon as you get hacked, you lose all speed and momentum from the Rushing Torrent, so yeah, confirmed. Moving on to his ultimate, Tidal Blast can be cancelled by depleting the initial overhealth. I actually saw this in a comment that was upvoted quite a bit in the Wuyang breakdown video I did a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, is that really how it works? So we tested it. Yeah, I don't think so. Depleting the overhealth doesn't do anything. He still gets the stun off, so this myth is busted. Wuyang's water bomb, the Tidal Blast, gets nullified by Venture's Burrow. So yes, if you get Tidal Blasted and then you go into the Burrow and you sit in there and wait for it to pop, you can technically null it because nobody gets stunned. But if you exit it early, you can still stun people outside of it, so just make sure you're not in the Burrow before it happens. Water bomb gets nullified by Mei's Cryofreeze. So similar to Venture, if you get water bombed while in the ice block, you can null it by sitting in it for too long, but obviously if you exit it a little bit early, you can still get the stun off. The water bomb or tidal wave can be carried by phase or teleport abilities like Fade, Wraith Form, and Doomfist Meteor Strike. There's going to be a few more interactions we're going to show that I didn't list in the Mythbuster prompt there because there's quite a few. The only thing you have to worry about is accidentally nulling it by being in that invulnerability phase while you go through it. The only exception is Reaper. He's the only one who can't seem to accidentally null it because you're allowed to be in that water bomb state while he's wraithing. Everybody else has a little bit of risk if you mistime it though. The tidal wave or water bomb can be hacked and removed by Sombra's hack or EMP. So here comes the hack, and no, you don't lose the water bomb, you don't lose any overhealth either, and same with EMP, nothing happens besides taking a bit of damage on the overhealth thanks to the EMP, but yeah, you still get CC'd. Wuyang and a duplicated Wuyang from Echo can stack Tidal Blasts on a player. So you know with an Ana Nano Boost, only one person can be nanoed the whole time, but we're trying to see if you can stack 2 Tidal Blasts, and it looks like you can. In fact, if you turn off the cooldowns in a custom game mode, you can get a little crazy with it. Reinhardt can be stunned out of charging the wearer of the Tidal Blast. So Rein charging like a nano target is usually a good play because you take him out of the fight, but charging somebody with Tidal Blast on may not be the smartest choice because the stun will still go off, so be careful. And finally, Wuyang receives the damage casted from Tidal Blast Explosion. So we're checking here if the damage dealt from the Tidal Blast is granted to Wuyang himself and not the wearer, and it looks like the scoreboard goes up for the Wuyang, so yes it does. Unfortunately, it just does not give you any ultimate charge. And that's it for the myths. Again, remember the beginning of the video, make sure to leave your myths in the comments along with perk myths as well. Thanks guys.